one thing that I do to try to understand how well scams might work is to see if I'm at least initially pulled towards some sort of feeling. I noticed this.
How do I feel about this food?
Yeah. Well, and I say this seriously because I noticed, I was in the Google Micro Kitchen maybe 5 years ago, and they had donuts lying out from Whole Foods in the Micro Kitchen. And the first thought that went to my head is, oh, it's from Whole Foods. And then the second thought that came into my mind about 2 seconds after that was, it's still a donut. And it's not like I don't know what the ingredients are. Just because it's from Whole Foods doesn't mean that this is something that's acceptable that I can put in my body. And from there, I leaped to the conclusion that many other people probably feel the same way when they're purchasing dessert and junk food from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And that the Whole Foods business would actually evolve over the years to primarily make profits off of serving people junk food under the guise of it being healthy. Because if you look at how a lot of food corporations make money, they figure out how to take a product that they know everybody wants, like milkshakes, and brand them as something else, like a Frappuccino. So a lot of food scam psychology depends on the marketers preying on, augmenting, manipulating some sort of feeling that they're trying to get you to develop about a brand whose products they're trying to make sure that you don't heavily scrutinize, because if you closely scrutinize them, you will find out that they are in fact not that good for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I've visited so many friends or cousins or aunts or uncles, and I open their fridge, and when you look at the labels, they look healthy, because typically what these food companies will do is it's all in the labeling, right? So this is why labels are so they're almost perfected. The amount of engineering that goes into labeling is insane, whether that's food or whether it's wine or anything, right? And
should we get into specifics on that?
Yeah. For specifically with food, the big thing, for example, one of the big things is colors. For example, the color green and orange, for some reason, feel very natural, because you think of green, you think of nature. And so I have an example pulled up in front of me. There's this veggie crisps that I was looking at the store, and it's this green label. It's basically potato chips, but it was labeled. It was all green. It was called veggie crisps, and the crisps itself were they were green, orange, and yellow, so they feel more like vegetables. But then you look at the ingredients, and it's potato flour, expeller pressed vegetable oil, potato starch, salt.
And even that. So that expeller press, I don't even know what expeller press means. But like you, I noticed that it's been featured commonly on a lot of scam health products. So expeller press canola oil, expeller press sunflower oil, safflower oil. And whenever I see that, it's like an adjective clarifying that a product I already don't want to eat is maybe less bad for me, but I don't know what that means. To me, it doesn't mean that it's less bad for me. It just means that they're trying to masquerade something that is bad for me and sell it to me at a higher price.